Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Nabil bin Jamal from class 6XPME2, sitting here today to talk about my study topics, which is how well-planned prospect of Covid-19 pandemic can lead to the recovery of the aviation industry. This video is made for my airlines economic subject assignment. So starting off the video today, as we all know that the Covid-19 pandemic have ushered a wave of economic decline across the world due to disruption in the supply and demand chain for the travel market. The pandemic has inflicted a heavy toll on global aviation, which resulted in rating downgrades, liquidation and bankruptcies of several airlines and airports due to severe cash burn instigated by travel restriction. Although today, the aviation industry is opening up, the recovery process seems much slower than anticipated. The IATA reported in January 2020, before the outbreak of the coronavirus, that the aviation sector expected an increase of revenue passenger kilometer (RPK) growth of 4.1% and a freight ton kilometer (FTK) increase of 2% in 2020. But then, of course, the pandemic hits and causing the aviation industry to face a massive setback. Border closure and restrictive measures is one of the biggest factors of the setback. The need to continuously track and monitor the pandemic impact on various sectors of the economy is necessary to provide an insight for policy and practices. Understanding how the pandemic is evolving is crucial to prepare for a new normal environment. Such understanding allows for the adoption of measures that can ensure the operational sustainability for the economic sector. In this chapter, we will talk about the prospect of recovery steps that have been taken approach by the airlines in order to survive in the market. Now, the prospects are opening the aviation market, restructuring of airline company, health and safety, and then lastly, the airports. So first, we are going to talk about the first prospect, which is opening the aviation market. Now, for the differences of recovery approach for different airlines that I will compare here is between the Chinese aviation market and the European aviation market. So Chinese market approach using an aggressive style of recovery, which resulted in weak and sluggish market. Their market has been seen to be battling and rebound to the January 2020 pre-pandemic levels. While on the other hand, European approach using a slow and fragile recovery has been seen to be made more concrete. The regional opening of air traffic for passenger flight were found to be more efficient and parallel to the pandemic recovery around the world. Moving on to the next prospect is the restructuring of airline company. Now, restructuring and resizing of airline companies is therefore inevitable to mitigate cash burn, which threatens the viability of several airlines. In order to avoid more losses, this measure has been taken by some airlines. Let me tell you the measures, which is the temporary improvements in the region between July and mid-October help slow down the cash burn by airlines and the industry at large. Next is the industry embarked on several measures to reduce cash burns, such as several job layoffs and retiring of old and large aircraft with a view of increasing operational efficiency in the most cost-effective way. For example, British Airways retired 31 Boeing B747-400 models in mid-July 2020, 4 years earlier than the planned retirement with the date of 2024. It was done to reduce its cost, fleet, and demand for carbon emission. Next example is Lufthansa had permanently retired 6 A380s, 7 A340s, and 5 B747 to respond the downturn. And then also in the response of COVID-19 with the interest of the industry, the government and some private players provided several relief and rescue packages to the aviation industry, equating to $123.1 billion globally. And then we will talk about health and safety. A host of measures are being adopted to provide several layers of protection to the travelers. Using the high efficiency particulate air, which is the HEPA system, is one of the measures used. And then seat arrangement facing forward is believed to be a measure that doesn't allow for face-to-face interactions And then lastly, airlines adopted several cleaning techniques that were aimed at ensuring safety, such as using alcohol-based substances for deep cleaning and sanitization. Right. Lastly, we will talk about airports. A need to review the check-in process to ensure that it is seamless can be done by employing technologies which allowing for the quick processing and screening of passengers before they get onto the flight. Having such technologies ensured a fast, efficient, and reliable process of check-in. I will explain some measures that the airports have taken. First, the airports also adopt other innovations such as smart flows to enforce social distancing. Next, contactless immigration security system at check-in and check-out gate, and then they also implied the same measure as airlines, which is by reducing staff numbers, and then measures such as rescheduling debts, repurposing passenger planes, suspending capital projects, and also renegotiating fees with the airport are one of the measures that has been seen to be taken by some companies. That is all the prospect of recovery that has been studied and taken into measure. Now, to conclude our video today, those are the approach of recovery process from COVID-19 pandemic. Studies have confirmed that a very well planned COVID-19 prospect, which are aligned to the process of ending the pandemic era, can lead to the recovery of aviation industry for years to come. And that is all from me. Thank you.